Hey guys, got a bit of a problem here. Thunder's Fire tablet died. What we have here is an Amazon Fire HD 10, and this is the 10.1 1080p Full HD model, 32 gigabytes. I purchased this in October of 2022, and it's now early spring of 2025. The thing's never been great. The first Amazon Kindle Fire that we had was the smaller version for the little kids, and we wanted to upgrade and give her something bigger that would have more screen room. And the other one was starting to slow down, so we figured, let's upgrade. Let's get her something nice. And this also had the expandable storage that goes up to, I think, 1 terabyte. So we went and bought this, gave it to her. Everything seemed great for the first 6 to 8 months. And thereafter it started slowing down. We had some battery problems where it seemed like it was draining awfully fast. And I figured it was just her loading a whole bunch of programs on there. But I think this thing's had battery problems its entire life. So this thing has slowly gotten to the point where it seemed like every month or two would go through this period where the battery would just be charged to 100%, unplug it, turn on an app, and within 15 to 20 minutes, the thing's dead. Just going stone cold. 0% in like no time. So this past week, we had an incident where I charged this thing to 100%, verified it. I did all their tips and tricks of restarting it and gave it to Thunder. I said, here, I charged this to 100%, no problem. She turns it on, and then she's in tears because less than 3 minutes after opening whatever app she's playing, the thing is dead. And I was like, there's no way. So we turned it back on, did a restart, and it's at 1% battery. So clearly there's something wrong with our Kindle here. These Kindle Fires don't seem like they're necessarily the best quality, but I wonder if we can't fix this crap. I know it's been a long time since we've done one of these, but I decided if it is truly a battery issue, maybe I can replace it, save myself some money. And because I think this tablet, when I bought it, was over $100. I mean, that's not super expensive in the world of tablets, but just FYI, the replacement for one of these, the batteries, is going to run you about $25 to $35. I found a nice set on Amazon and decided to order because I just entered my model number and selected replacement battery and found the one that looked the best. So I ordered it and it came quick. It came within, like 2 days. So what we got was kind of a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll take it out and show you. First, we got our replacement battery. It looks almost identical to the battery that's in there. And then second, we got a whole bunch of stuff, and there's no instructions, and the page is very vague. So if you don't know what you're doing, watch out. We've got a multi-sided pry tool and pick, which is nice. These are, great to have. This one's a bit flexible in my opinion, so don't know how that'll be. We got the security bit that takes out the little bracket that the battery sits in. We're not really going to need that, so I'm not sure why they included it. We got 2 more picks. We got this little short stubby one, and then we've got like a one that's slightly different shaped, seems more rigid. And then we've also got these guitar pick looking things. We've got 2 of them in here. We've got like a cell phone case key, for popping out your SIM card. And we've got a metal pick right here. I don't know why they gave us some of this stuff. I mean, those picks are nice. They'll come in handy. And then we got a little suction cup too, so that's helpful to hold on to the front of the screen to add some pressure. Next, I literally have no idea what this is. I'm assuming this is tape for maybe the battery or the plugs to keep them in place, but like I said, there's no instructions, so I have no idea. Okay, so that's our pack. I think it's going to be fine. We'll see if this this is not an OEM battery, but it is all the same voltage. This is going to be, 4.4 volts or 6,500 milliamps at 24.9 watt hours. So everything's looking fine in here. And I mean, it's got all the same markings and all the same ratings. So, and our little connector right here, it's a little connector that snaps on and off. It's the same exact one. Now, I kind of want to do a little bit of how to get into this thing, because guys, this is kind of deceiving how difficult it is. Just for one fact, this is not technically a difficult thing, but I feel it's something that I could at least, walk you guys through to save you some heartache. Alright guys, to give you the best possible view, sorry for the glare, but the screen is not that bad. This is just an old plastic protector that's on here. But okay, so step one in doing this, if you have the kids version, is to zoom out a little bit, is going to be taking off this thing. This little foam cover is easy. You just kind of bend it out of your way, and as you bend it, this will come free. So that part's not too bad. Next, you will have, and if you have a regular Kindle Fire, not the kids edition, this is where you're going to start. You will have your Kindle Fire. So essentially, this is two pieces. You have your screen and all of your components on this model, and then you will have your plastic backplate. Now, all you have to do is separate these two. Sounds so freaking easy, doesn't it? Oh, no, 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 no. It is not that easy. So, I found out after, breaking one of my nails off and using several pry tools. While you're doing this, you kind of need multiple picks. So this set's kind of nice that it comes with these. I do prefer the plastic ones because they're not going to damage any components. But essentially what I did was work my way around this, and you really have to jam these in there and pry past these little tabs. I'll show you guys on the side. You've got these little tabs. Look at how many. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 just on this side, and then another however many on this side. I think there's more on this side. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side, and then we've got 4 on this side. So there's 30 tabs, and these things do not want to let go. I will tell you what, they do not want you to get in here. This thing was an absolute nightmare. So my method for prying this out was to go around the edge with my tool and just try as hard as I could to bend this back. And once you get a little bit of room, you will open up some space, not nearly that big, just enough to slide one of these in. You slide in your pick and you leave it. Work your way down, slide in your pick. So at a certain point, you'll have 2 or 3 of these things in here. You'll have a pick, and then I even got a second one, and I used that to finally start to pop up the edges. And then I worked my way around one side, worked my way around the bottom half, and then this side, and then I was able to finally pop it out. It was pretty difficult, just because of how well it's in there. Now, once you do remove the pieces, you will see this is literally just a back plate with probably I don't know, what's that, a heat sink or something, or maybe that's for Wi-Fi connectivity to help with the transmission. That's literally it. There's nothing else in here. You got a little window for your camera in that corner, that little tiny dinky camera. That's it. So let's put this here. Here is our actual unit. Maybe if I give you guys a little angle here. We'll use this iPad stand and whatnot for get some of that glare off the camera. I hate this lighting setup that I have right now because it is not conducive to doing this type of stuff. It's yeah, nah, mate. Anyway, up here is chips. This is going to be our little Wi-Fi module. Over here, more chips, and we're going to have some of our stuff up here. We've got our charging port right here. This is our 3.5 millimeter for headphones. So there we go. For some reason the camera keeps going out of focus. Camera's right here. Lots of stuff going on here, and we'll zoom in to show you the next part. Okay, so you got yourself this. What do I do? Well, good question. First thing, do you see the tape right here? We need to remove this tape so that we can disconnect. There we go. We're just going to pull it back like that. You can probably reuse this, but it just wants to go back into place. So we'll just pull it up and we'll move that off to the side. Now, this little connector right here is just a push-on style. Let's see if we can get even closer for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Here you go. So this is literally just a push-on connector. So just like that. Just working it slowly. We'll bend that out of the way. And that's part one. Now, admittedly, I found part two the first time I looked this up to be a little bit unhinged. I'm not used to working on these type of lithium batteries. I've done some work on some NiCad stuff. I've worked on some laptop batteries. None quite like this. Probably the closest thing I did to this was the battery in my wife's old MacBook from like 2013. But even that was not quite like this. This one, from what I understand, these batteries kind of just like stick in here. They use adhesive to adhere them, so I'm wondering if that's what this is. We'll find out. So, very carefully, you're going to want to use your pick to work around the edges, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but let's see if we can get close. I'm not putting very much pressure at all, but you can see the battery is wiggling up and down ever so slightly. And as I go, it feels like it's getting a little bit looser each time. But I'm not putting a ton of pressure on this. I don't want to rupture the battery cells, and I would caution you guys, because last thing you want is a lithium battery cell fire. So we'll just keep working our way around this. Gonna go on the other side now, see if we can't get some more traction over here.
2 hours later.
Okay guys, we are back, and I will tell you right now, I do not recommend this repair for your average person. Even someone like me who has worked on electronics before. I mean, if you look at this side, I had to bend this battery quite a bit. That was a good 10 minutes to get off. Whatever is on here is so sticky, and then it has these big sticky tracks. These things were almost impossible to break. Now, I was using plastic picks, but I realized on the back side that I made a mistake, and I accidentally pierced the packaging. Luckily, I did not rupture the cell inside, but you can kind of smell that smell you get from like a battery, and you get that lithium scent. So that could have been very dangerous. So please, only do this if you are confident in your abilities and you have the right tools. So, wow. This is a 1 out of 10 for design, because it absolutely sucks to work on. And I was bending this so much and hearing creaks, and I'm like, I hope I did not break the screen inside or knock something loose. Doesn't sound like anything's been knocked loose, so we'll go with it. Okay, battery, new one, nice and shiny, looks good. Same dimensions as the other ones, even got the same colored tape and stuff. Look at that, just different graphics. So we are going to just drop this in. It should line up perfectly and push into place. Now I wanted to see if that tape it's sticky, but it's not super sticky. I'm just gonna roll with it because, like I said, there's not a lot of room for this to roam around in here, so I think we're pretty good. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Zoom in again so you guys can see what I'm actually doing, but you should be able to see the brassy color on top, and then on the bottom you'll see it's black. It just has a couple little dots. So all we do is, hopefully this is long enough and we can make it work. Oh no, we've run into an issue. This is a little bit short, so we're gonna have to move it. Well, we do things live. Battery's still good, a couple little dots, but let's try and hook this up first, because this seems awful short compared to the last one. Alright, there we go. So, I guess moral of the story is put your connector on first and then put your battery in, because this cable is not the same length as the old one, it seems like. Because the other battery was almost at the bottom, and this had, some room at the top, I guess, but whatever. It'll work. Now we're gonna take our little tape to secure our connector. Put it back on there. Give it some good presses. Alright, now everyone's favorite part that they get so mad when I skip it. Reassembly. You guys absolutely tear me up in my PlayStation 3 videos when I don't painstakingly make a 50-minute video where I reassemble stuff. I'm like, just, watch in reverse or follow the steps. Okay. This one, though, you're going to want to make sure these stupid little buttons that they have on here, they're these at the top, they're little plastic clear things. Just make sure they are in their holders and we'll be fine. They're the little buttons you use to operate it. And then let's keep in mind where our stuff is. Charging port, 3.5, and in this corner we have our camera. So the nice thing about this one, there's not really a way to get this orientation wrong. We can't put it in backwards. So locate our camera, that's gonna go there. And then since this has all the buttons and stuff on top, I'm gonna put that edge in first and then work it in. So it hopefully just snaps right in. All right, now we're gonna work our way around and snap it in. Hopefully everything goes to, oh, there you go. That was actually really quick. Isn't that the case? So when you're finished, you can verify you've got your camera right there, your one for the rear face. Got your top face camera right there, your front facing camera, and then you got your other, that's not a camera, that's just a defect in the screen protector, but yeah, so everything looks good. Now, next step is to charge it. So it says to charge this for at least 2 hours, and then you should be able to operate it. I'm kind of curious to see if there's any charge in here at all, or if this even worked. So let's try and just even turn it on right now and see if there's any charge in this. Oh, I got a good sign, guys. I think we were successful. Now, if this does turn on and try and boot and there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with it, I'm gonna turn it off and then I will actually charge it. Yep, it's showing 1% battery and then it's trying to turn on the profile. So we are going to power this off and then we are going to charge it and we'll show you guys what it looks like after it's charged for a couple hours. Alright guys, it's actually 3 days later and I just wanted to test this out and make sure it actually works. But I can tell you, let this thing charge overnight after replacing the battery, so approximately 8 hours. Turn it on. Everything appeared to be working. I decided to do a factory reset because Thunder had so much crap on there. And here is the Kindle at the splash screen. And then when we go to unlock, it loads into kids and it's working perfectly. I left this, let's see if I can get it to focus on this right here. It's kind of hard. I left this unplugged from the charger for the past day. And it's at 100%. In the past, if I had left this Amazon Kindle charging for an entire day and I unplugged it, it would have been dead within 25 to 30 minutes, maybe 2 or 3 hours if it was a generous day. So we're gonna put it back into its little cover right here. And guys, I call this a complete success. Now, that being said, putting that battery in and getting that back plate off that Kindle Fire was an absolute nightmare. The back plate, I would probably rank on a difficulty scale, a 5 out of 10. Not a super difficult thing, it just takes a lot of effort. As far as replacing that battery, I spent a good, 10 to 12 minutes trying to scrape away at that adhesive underneath, which is NASA level. That's how good it is. And it's still, I had to pull and pry at that thing to the point that I thought I was going to break the screen on this. So I would rank the difficulty of replacing the battery. It's not a lot of steps. It's just getting that battery off. Probably a 7 out of 10. Not recommended for your average person, and even people who are comfortable with building PCs and electronics. Still a bit of a challenge for me. And then you even saw I actually ripped the outer shell of that battery, which could have been dangerous if I would have pierced the actual cell inside. It might have started a fire. So you know what? It works, and I'm happy with this for now. So alright guys, that does it for this one. We will catch you next time. And as always, have a good night.